We lost as a people, we lost as a people. It's in our DNA to when we see you, we mistreat you. It's in our DNA to have a baby and forsake them. It's in our DNA to call them bitches and forsake them. Guess they sure knew how to break them, they sure knew how to make them. We slaves to the makers of the paper. Coming from the bottom, that's why we search for riches. The devil wants your soul, you gon' trade it for riches. You get money, get bitches, leaving behind your missus. Your son only see you on Christmas. But us niggas didn't listen, painting pictures of prison. Seeing yourself adding paper, all you got was the vision.
So I'm scrolling down my news feed, right? And all I see is a lot of motherfuckers posting about Biden and Camilla, this and that. And the shit crazy because motherfuckers just diehard Democrat fans. Like, I don't even understand how and why the motherfuckers is just diehard fucking Democrat fans. Like, the motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. Y'all let's be feeling so happy and liberated about politics and all this goof ass shit. And just ask yourself, why are you a Democrat? You probably can't even answer that motherfucking question. Like, honestly, ask yourself, why you a Democrat? What have the Democratic Party done for your monkey ass? What have they done? Because they damn sure ain't do a damn thing for me. So what have they done for you? That's just how I'm coming, shit. Fuck Camilla, fuck Biden, fuck Trump. Ain't neither one of them motherfuckers gonna do shit for none of us. They don't give a fuck about none of us. And after they elected, it's still gonna be the same shit. Motherfuckers still gonna be fucked up. Motherfuckers still gonna be screaming, "We shall overcome," when they kill another black motherfucker. Like, all this shit, just the same shit. And motherfuckers just, I really don't get it. Especially with black people. Like, I ain't thinking about no other race of people but black people. Motherfuckers just be so happy when a Democrat get in office or some shit. Like, the fuck? Like, ain't shit gonna change. Like, all this shit still gonna be the same shit, and you motherfuckers just so fucking happy. And I don't get you motherfuckers. On some real shit, I don't get you motherfuckers. So how I'm coming, fuck voting. That shit ain't gonna change a goddamn thing. Shit, the community's still gonna be fucked up. Shit, it ain't gonna be no change in the communities. Motherfuckers still gonna be robbing, shooting, killing, all that goof ass shit. Like, ain't shit gonna change. So what's the purpose of, especially black people, even voting? You know what I'm saying? That's how they get y'all motherfucking ass. They make y'all feel like y'all a part of some shit when the shit is already mapped out. They already know what the fuck they gonna do. Like, I still want to know why the fuck you motherfuckers just diehard Democratic fans. Like, I bet you most of y'all don't even know the history of the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. And that's just for the real diehard fans. Like, for the diehard Democrat fans, I just really want to fucking know, like, what have the Democratic Party done for you personally? Like, what have they done for you? Even if it's not personally, even for us on the scale of black people in our communities, can somebody answer me that question? What have the Democratic Party done? And this is for you diehard Democrat fans. Like, you know, I just really want to know. So look, check this out. I'm gonna get into how the Democratic Party originated. And the word Democrat is basically a supporter of democracy. And democracy basically breaks down to people having a say in how the government is ran. Or democracy is basically ruled by the people. Like, we are the people. Well, it's supposed to be a democracy, but this ain't no motherfucking democracy, because we ain't running shit. The government basically running shit, and our vote ain't been counted, don't count. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as black people get that through their motherfucking head, shit will be better off. But that's what Democrat is. A Democrat is a supporter of democracy. And democracy basically means ruled by the people, you know. So the president control the country, right? But why can't the president stop police from killing your monkey ass? You feel me? Why they can't stop the police from harassing your monkey ass. When white people see you, they still gonna turn their nose up at your monkey ass. Like, ain't nothing changed. But you motherfuckers voting. Like, the best thing that black people could do is not vote until they actually start doing stuff for us in our communities. They do stuff for gay people. They've been giving gay rights, all this, and no shots at gay people, but it's like everybody gets things done for them except for black people. It's always an illusion, like they doing some shit for us, but nothing never get done. Our communities still look the same. Shit, people still getting fucked up in the communities, and people might, well, it's the people that's in. No, it's not. It's all about design that our people is suffering the most on this planet. No matter where you go on this planet, it's black people that's suffering. Everybody taken from black people. On this continent, Africa, other continents where black people at, black people is the only people that's suffering. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing that black people can do is not vote, especially until they start improving our communities. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't for us. It wasn't meant for us. Our vote don't count. You know what I'm saying? So why are we voting and the police still killing us? The police was killing us before our president was black, but they was killing us while our president was black, and they killing us now after our president black. So what the fuck is we voting for? This is not a democracy. This is the illusion of a democracy. That's how this government is ran. It gives you the illusion that your vote count. It gives you the illusion that the people matter. We don't fucking matter. We don't fucking matter to them. Especially black people. We is on the bottom of the totem pole. When it comes to all races of people, we are on the bottom, especially in this country. We are on the bottom of the totem pole. So what the fuck is you voting for? What the fuck is you so feeling so liberated about these motherfucking powers in politics, and them people don't give a fuck about you? So to bring it back to how the Democratic Party originated. So, okay, after the Europeans colonized America, they were under British, Spanish, and French rulership. So they still followed orders from the kings and the queens where they originally came from in Europe. Even though they made it to America, they still followed orders from the kings and the queens on American soil. So even though they were still under the rulership of Europeans, like, they formed their own democracy. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, democracy is just basically people having a say-so on how the government is ran. Okay, so moving along. So all of the Democratic presidents were slave owners. This just is what it is. Every single Democratic president during those times were slave owners. Okay, so the Democratic Party was only concerned with white people, you know, especially white men, because women around those times didn't really have rights. You know what I'm saying? So the Democratic Party were a bunch of white men that were only really concerned about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So all the rights were for white men, from white men for white men. You know, they was never really concerned about you, the Democratic Party, the party that you praise and that you love so much. So to fast forward, the Democratic Party was split into two different parties back then. The Southern Democratic Party, which wanted to spread slavery farther west towards the new land that they conquered from Mexico. And the Northern Democratic Party, that really didn't care about ending slavery, but they just was concerned with keeping the Union together. And the Union was basically the America as a whole. Like, they didn't want America to separate. You know, they wanted to keep the Union together. Okay, so moving along. So your Democratic Party was formed and ran by slave owners who was only concerned with spreading slavery throughout the U.S. That's a fact. The Democratic Party never cared about your monkey ass, never wanted to free your monkey ass, and was never concerned with helping your monkey ass after slavery was over with. The KKK was a democratic entity. The KKK was formed in the southern part of America, which the Democratic Party was formed the southern part of America. The police officers were the new KK. Jail was the new slavery. The KKK, aka police, housed the slaves. Who populated the jails and still do to this day? Is it a coincidence? No. It's black people. So, moving along, since I went over the Democratic Party, I'm going to briefly go over the Republican Party. A republic is a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives, and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch. And a monarch is just basically ruled by king or queen. So a republic was not the king and queen, because that's not how we are governed. You know what I'm saying? It's an elected president. So that's basically what a republic is, Okay, so moving along, the Republican Party was an anti-slavery Republican Party in the northern part of America, where the slaves escaped to be free. There's a white man that stands out during those times that I got to talk about, because if it wasn't for him and his sacrifice for black people, we probably would still be enslaved people. Some people say that John Brown is the reason that the Civil War even kicked off. And if it wasn't for the North American winning the Civil War, then we might still be enslaved. So, you know, to who knows how long. So, yeah, if you get a chance, just Google John Brown and, you know, do your own little research. And, like, all of this stuff is based off of their history. They narrated all of this history, so they put this shit in the history books. None of us was there, so, like, everything that I've been saying is based off of their history, what they put in those books. So, you know, I just want to say that before I go further on in this shit, you know. Okay, so moving along with the Republican Party. So the John Brown guy used his house as a sanctuary for runaway slaves. The Underground Railroad was basically routes and safe houses that slaves used to escape slavery on the northern side of America from the south. So that's what John Brown did. He was one of those routes. The Underground Railroad, you know, they basically was routes. So John Brown home was one of the routes that, you know, the slaves took. It was like a safe house for slaves. So John Brown also went to war with his own people who were pro-slavery. You know what I'm saying? He was going to war with white people. He was slaying motherfuckers, like, you know, he was killing other white people in the name of freeing slaves. You know, John Brown was looked at as insane by other white people because of what he was willing to do to help African Americans. You know what I'm saying? He was willing to kill his own people. You know what I'm saying? And even people that wasn't like pro-slavery and was against slavery, they still wasn't willing to go up against their own people. Like, they weren't willing. They was the type of people that see that shit, kind of watch it as bad. Yeah, we should try to do something. But John Brown was actually going out there getting busy. You know what I'm saying? He was getting in. He used his house as a safe house. You know what I'm saying? He was part of the Underground Railroad. His house was one of the routes that slaves used to escape slavery. You know what I'm saying? So not only did he use his house, he was actually going to war behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? He lost sons. His sons was on the same page as him. He lost sons behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that nigga, but shout out to that nigga though, because if it weren't for that nigga, like, he was really, you don't get too many white people that, like, that'll go toe to toe for they people about injustice. You know what I'm saying? Like, the most they'll do is like, that's terrible. You know, I can't believe that. You know, they ain't gonna do shit though. John Brown was actually doing shit. It's probably some other people that was doing shit out there that was white, and that's white now that's doing shit that I probably don't know about, but up until now, that's the only nigga that I've heard in history that was doing shit like that for black people. You know what I'm saying? Going out there, you know what I'm saying, knocking shit down, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so white people like John Brown is what we need right now. We need motherfuckers like John Brown right now. We don't need the white people that's just don't stand there and feel sorry for people that's oppressed and suffer countless of injustice. You know what I'm saying? Acts. You know what I'm saying? We don't need people. We don't need white people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because feeling sorry for people don't do shit. We like you got a heart. You feel sorry, whatever. We need them white people that's gonna tear this country apart for the purpose of helping black people escape shit like police brutality and other injustices. Like that's what them the type of white people that wanna. If you wanna help black people, them the type we need John Brown type of white people. Because until we get John Brown type of white people, it's always gonna be the same as it is. Black Lives Matter is not controlled by black people. Let's just get that understood. Black Lives Matter is not controlled by black people, but it gives you the illusion that it's pro-black. It's not. Black Lives Matter has generated billions of dollars, and none of that money touches our communities. None of that money, no, it don't. They might pay off the victim's family or some shit, shut them up so they stop talking about it. But the Black Lives Matter movement is not what you think it is. They using that money to fund shit in China. You know what I'm saying? They using that money for all type of other shit. That money is not coming back to black lives. That money is not being used to help black lives. So fuck Black Lives Movement. Fuck all that goof ass shit. If white people really want to help black people overcome what the fuck we going through now and what we gonna continue to go through, we need white people like John Brown that's not just gonna sit there and feel sorry for people and say, oh no, I'm not racist, my neighbor is. Oh no, I'm not racist. You know, not saying that y'all is, not saying that y'all ain't, but at the end of the day, if y'all want to help black people, fuck your sorrow. We need motherfuckers that's gonna tear this motherfucker apart. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all will tear this motherfucker apart if something happened to one of you white motherfuckers, white people gonna go crazy. We need the same type of shit for all these injustice acts that the police do, that's portrayed on mainstream. We need the same type of shit. You know what I'm saying? We need the same type of shit that y'all will do for yourself. Y'all need to help us. We need John Brown type of motherfuckers that's gonna get out here and really take action. You know what I'm saying? All right, so to start bringing this little lesson to a conclusion, you stupid motherfuckers still want to believe what they telling you, right? Y'all just so in belief on what y'all see on the news, on social media. Like y'all just in so much belief about what y'all hear. Y'all really feel like Black Lives Matter to the government in this country. Like we the last race that matter on the planet, not just this country. We are the last race of people that matters. Every other race matter before us. You know what I'm saying? The whole continent of Africa has been colonized by Europeans, Chinese, and Arabs. Africa don't even control Africa. They answer to other races of people. Black people are fucked all around the board. On like black people are fucked. Every other race of people have armies. Every other race of people have, you know, something that they can, like, I'm talking about like in America, like the white people, they got a Europe, if they had to go back somewhere, not saying that they do because they own this motherfucker, but if they did, they can go back to an army. Europe, Germany, France, Spain. Chinese people, the same, army. Arabs, an army. Mexicans, an army. Black people, colonized. We have nothing to go back to. We are the only people that can help Africa, black people. But we can't even help ourselves. Like, we got to get it together. But based off of their history, the books that I read, the Republican Party was responsible for ending slavery. Emancipation Proclamation. What's his name? I forget his name. He was a fucking Republican, the one who emancipated, you know, that dude. Damn, what the fuck is his name? Y'all fucking know that nigga name, or Google his ass. That white dude. They all had beards and shit, but that skinny ass white dude. Shit, that don't help find. Y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. But looking at politics now, neither party give a fuck about black people, you know, because if they did, we wouldn't have police brutality. We wouldn't have black people coming up missing at the rate that they coming up missing, getting their organs harvested and shit, and we wouldn't populate the prisons the way that we do. So, in conclusion, fuck politics. If I had to go with a party, if I just had to, it definitely would be Republican, because, come on, look at the history of, you know, look at the history of both parties. Like, the Democratic Party basically just pulling the wool over motherfuckers' ass. Like, yeah, we love black people. No, they don't love you. You know what I'm saying? They don't love you. Neither one of them motherfuckers love you or give a fuck about you. But I ain't voting at all. Fuck all that bullshit, because none of that shit changed. None that I got going on. But if I did, if I had to, Republican. So that's it, shit.
We lost as a people. It's in our DNA to not befriend other people. It's in our DNA to not lend ends to your peoples. Try start the hate and try and make amends to your people. Honestly, I'm deceitful. Some will say that I'm evil. I just load up my pistols. Better hope I stay peaceful. The struggle is what I teach you. Hoping the message reached you. Industry wanna tweak you. Industry wanna lead you. Gotta use all your mind, if not the industry beat you. You stop making them hits, you know how the industry treats you. Signing them slave deals, them just some slave meals. Shout out, you know your word, now let the ink spill.